Meron po ba kayong inspiration when you were a student? What's up mga KaStellar? Narito naman ang inyong panibagong squad, the Stellar Squad, na magbibigay kaagapay patungkol sa student life. Ako nga pala si Neil Suryaga, ang broke dito ng Jansan.
At ako naman ang inyong magandang, si Sheila Francisco, ang Konyo Haxor Girl ng Davao City.
Yes, at ngayong araw meron tayong espesyal na bisita na di tulad ng ating nakaraang mga guest. Siya ay isang professional na.
I know, right? And so sa ating mga nakaraang 3 episodes, puro mga estudyante yung tinanong natin. Pero this time, maiba tayo.
So to introduce our guest for today, isa siya cum laude graduate, rin siyang College Leadership Awardee and Class Valedictorian para sa degree na Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Filipino last 2014 sa MSU General Santos City. And he is currently taking his Masters of Arts in Education, major in Reading at the same university.
So yung guest natin, he also has a rich and flexible professional experience as a research assistant, communications officer, marketing officer, review and learning director, managing director, and executive director of advocacy-driven non-profit organizations. As a young educator, he has also taught in prestigious educational institutions.
O ngayon, pag iniisa-isa natin itong lahat ng mga achievements and work experiences ni Sir, tsak na makakabutan tayo ng siyam-siyam. Kaya, huwag na nating patagalin pa. Let us introduce our stellar guest for today. Without further ado, let us welcome Mr. Kenjave Parlero. Hello sir, good afternoon. Kamusta po tayo dyan?
Hello, good afternoon. Na-pressure ako sa introduction ninyo ha. Tapos, napaka-useful pala ng platform na to because you interviewed students in the past 3 episodes. So this time, na-pressure ako maging young sounding at saka maging young one.
So sir, di ba professional life? Can we hear your story about as to why you chose to be an educator?
In college, I was really dreaming to become an accountant before kasi sabi ko, I'm into numbers. If not, at the very least, I can become an English teacher. But, circumstances led me to take BS Ed Filipino. It's majorship in Filipino. And I have scholarship na I cannot simply change course by the second semester because I will encounter breach of contract sa scholarship. So, to cut the long story short, I graduated BS Ed Filipino. First work after graduation, I was working with research, talking to people, communications officer, doing some working, liaison works, mga ganyan. And then after that, I taught in different level. I also taught in college before. And then after that, I was also teaching people who graduated sa college, taking board examinations. So, ang daming platform, to become a teacher. It's a profession that I think, it's, noble down, noble mag-teach. And I'm very grateful, even if I changed my career right now. Before, kasi teacher ako sa school, I think it's not really very far from being a teacher because before, I was handling young learners, pedagogy yun, okay? Though ang students ko, kasi young ko nang tingnan kung magkakatabi kami, okay? Hinahanapan pa kami ng sinong teacher nyo. And after that, when I left, yun, pedagogy yun. Ngayon, I'm handling adult learners. It's called andragogy. Still, it's into teaching. You cannot simply depart from teaching, especially if it's a life you live for years.
Wow, so grabe yung story mo sir, And as a previous na student, makikita ko talaga na si Sir is an amazing teacher. And nakajamming talaga namin si Sir sa classroom and he's also a great storyteller. Ano na po yung mga valuable lessons ang napulot niyo in your journey towards finding your right calling?
From elementary until college, I'm a government scholar. So it's an oath, it's a pledge for me na after I graduate, I should serve the country in any means possible. So when I was teaching in private schools, I was an employee in private organizations or companies. I can simply parang take out sa calendar of activities ko ang mga socio-civic work. So in my simple ways and simple gestures of taking part sa mga socio-civic endeavors, it helped me a lot really to develop myself. When I was in college, I was torn between choices of whether I should really be focusing in academics or I should also be engaged in social-civic, mga student leadership endeavors. And I'm glad I was able to strike the balance of giving allotting time both for that. Not become a very good or brilliant student leader if in the first place you don't become a good student. Kasi before you become student leader, you should become a good student first. I was able to strike the balance. I learned a lot. And with the jobs I was taking for the past ilang years na ba? I think 7 years na, from private to different positions until right now na I'm with LGU Jensen under the Human Resource Management Development Office. I'm very thankful na I learned a lot, not just in the bounds of the career I chose, but because the student leadership endeavors are really very engaging and parang enriching for me. I learned to talk to people, I learned to write almost everything. I was serving positions from president down to the last position, except for the muse, of course. That's very difficult, to get or to grab. Pero with all these positions, feeling ko parang I can't help but cherish everything that I learned, na na-learn ko doon. So, give me figures, I can come up with financial report. Make me a secretary of the meeting, I can give you full details of the minutes of the meeting. Make me preside the meeting, I can do that for you. And many others. Make me face the public, the media to speak for the organization, I can do that for you. And I owe it all to my college training na talagang spiced up by the leadership experience. So I think that's the best advice I can give you. If there's an opportunity for you to engage yourself in student leadership, it may be an opportunity to learn things beyond your comfort zone, beyond your field of expertise, or yung parang you can do things outside what you can do doon sa mga sinasabi natin cup of tea mo lang, kasi meron ka pang dapat i-explore sa life mo, and you get to meet a lot of people. Yun ang pinakamaganda eh. May parang connecting flight ako, and I was at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Now, I lost my wallet, I lost all my credit cards, my debit cards, etc. Lahat nandun except for my passport. I posted sa Facebook na I only have a bottle of water na binigay sa akin nung nasa airport na nag-a-assist na nahawa siya. And I have coins na I think aabot ng 200 to 300 pesos. I can actually buy ramen doon kasi meron ganun eh. They accept other currencies but they won't accept coins, bills lang ang pwede. And I was looking for, sabi ko sino magpapadala sa akin, I texted my relatives, family, please send me money. They sent me, someone sent me promptly, okay, through Western Union, but Western Union is not, ang doon is only to send out, okay, hindi to receive. So wala akong pera that time. I have to wait until may connecting flight papunta doon. I posted and many responded. Someone nga said na my cousin is going there, nasa train station na siya, okay, papunta doon, then he will take care of you, ganun. But I don't know that person. He was from, I think, in Luzon, sa Ifugao. Sabi ko, how did we meet? Sabi niya, we had a meeting once in one of the UNESCO assemblies na pinupuntahan ko, ganun. So you can never tell. Okay? You have to be good to people even if they are total strangers. Because in the future, you do not know. Okay? Maybe there may be your last hope to survive, no, in a circumstance like that. So don't forget to be good to people, even if you see them helping you in the future or not at all. Yun siguro.
That experience was so scary. Like losing everything you have in a flight. What? Sir, you're so amazing. I was speechless, especially doon sa nasabi mo na you balance your academic life and your extracurricular life, especially as a student leader. Kasi I think a lot of our KaStellars would struggle in that kind of decision kasi they would think na college is black and white. It's either your student life or it's either your organization life or extracurricular. There's nothing in between. And so that was a really good insight as to how it's possible to be able to balance the both of them. So sir, balik tayo dun sa sinabi mo kanina na you balance the both of them. Precisely how did you do it? How?
You know, when you study, you learn, okay? And then it becomes very difficult to survive the academic requirements, the pressures, if you do not know how to make learning situated in a place like the classroom. And now you don't have to spend more time to study that again later. If my teacher is teaching in the class, I have to learn everything on that moment. That's how I manage it. I don't have to insert other stuff because I have to focus. So that the next time I will study that for the exam, it will not take so much time to study and to really go over the details again. So ang sinasabi ko, you have to learn it on that moment. And don't say na, sige, I will not pay that much attention. I will go back to this later because I still have enough time to study. And that's how you reserve enough loads of stress in the future. Academic, kasi sabi nyo, ano lang muna tayo. Okay, after all, meron pa namang tomorrow, matagal-tagal pa naman ang prelim, ang midterm, so learn it. Kasi if I don't know, during elementary and high school, I don't think I study a lot, pero modesty aside, I can get passing scores, no, mas mataas na scores. Siguro kasi siniseryoso ko sa klase. And the next is, ang isa pang mahalaga, if you encounter yung mga mahihirap na lessons, you should find ways to make that learning parang applicable in everyday life. You make it part of your system. So if you were able to master things like this, no, if you're a student, if you study well with that strategies, okay, now you make it part of your life. Every learning you get, you make it part of your life. It will not very difficult for you to cope the academic loads. And so because of that, on these simple ways, if you do it in all your subjects, then I think you will have ample time for extracurricular activities like leadership endeavors, mga ganyan. So kaya ngayon, if people will ask, how did you do this? Okay, na nung estudyante ka, ang dami mong ginagawa sa loob sa labas ng classroom. Simple lang sagot ko, if my attendance this afternoon is for this subject, my attention is for this subject. Huwag paghalu-haluin so that you don't need to go back to that concern again in the future. Kasi pinark mo muna, laid on the table, tapos balikan mo lang later. Nung balikan mo na, ang dami mo nang babalikan, kaya nahirapan ka na, okay?
Tamaan ako dun, no? Sa like pagsabi ni Sir na dapat pag may klase, focus ang attention doon. Ako kasi parang may tendency talaga akong mag-procrastinate eh. And yun I think is a very important lesson na impart ni Sir, na dapat we should focus on what we have right now and do it right now. And hindi na natin siya ipapalipas pa ng ipapagagawin pa later, right? So,
Lalo na sa online modality. Now, where your teacher is talking on screen, you have your camera turned on, your microphone, but you have your phone also turned on your right or left hand, di ba? And then, you can't help but notice, may mga notification dyan, nag-text si Crush, di ba? Nag-post si ganito, na may bagong TikTok, ganyan. You can't really, neglect the temptation, but, nag-lecture si sir mo, o si ma'am mo, tapos later on, may na-miss ka ng isang line, yun pa naman ang tanong niya sa exam, edi you miss it. So, give it your full attention. I don't say I'm a master of that, pero I'm also doing it right now by talking to you. Naka-check ko lang ng phone, di ba? Pero what I'm saying is, it's the attitude and the behavior that we have to get rid of, to focus, because our world today, the technologies that we have, okay, the circumstances we are in, are actually vulnerable, no? These are making us vulnerable to not giving enough or full attention to what we do on hand. Ganun.
So, bali dapat talaga ma-develop natin yung habit na doing things right now and not setting them aside for later. So that is an important lesson indeed. Okay, so now sir, for the next question naman, how did that particular experience po, yung pagka-balance niyo with your academics and your social life and your experiences on that matter, impact your professional life?
Well, practically, if you will ask people that I work with, and I work for, they know for a fact na ako yung tao na kayang gawin ang multitasking, okay? And I'm very quick in responding to tasks. Okay? Kaya ako confident tumanggap ng mga trabaho inside and outside my example kung saan ako nag-work. Kasi I'm very confident na I can work it out with my experience. I'm confident na kaya kong gawin 'yon. And it's true na na nakakabagot kapag isang bagay ang gagawin mo at the same time. Ako ang dami kong task in a day, I have 5 siguro. So it's if I write something, example I write coffee table book dito. And sa next screen ko, I was writing a research about human resource. I was checking outputs sa newsletter, ganyan. Kung gagawin ko lang yan at the same time, medyo mababagot ako, okay? Kaya multitask yan, kaya medyo naghahang ang mga laptop ko nung araw kasi ang dami kong task doon, umaabot ng kung ilang tabs na open ko sa browser ko. Okay, it's something that I learned, not only from the career training sa education, but because of the works I have. When I graduated in college, I got 4 jobs at the same time. Part-time lahat yun, okay? Part-time lahat. Pero pag sama-samahin mo, parang hindi trabaho ng isang tao lang, yung parang dalawa, parang ganyan. So, parang I think na kung sa parang nawawalan ako ng energy pag wala akong ginagawa, parang ganyan. I'm very full of energy. Pero kasi I'm aging, sabi ko, I'm 37 years old right now, so kaya kung siguro kailangan preno din, wag din duelo ng duelo. The best that I think I got from all of this is that I was able to manage a lot of things at the same time. I have strategies to do that. If you say I manage a lot of tasks, I don't do all tasks. Okay, you should be a good people manager in your work. When you say you manage a lot of tasks, it doesn't have to be you doing all the tasks, okay, at the same time. It could only be you checking on each task, the progress of each task being done by other people that you entrusted that task to. So ganun yung people management skills natin na I know kung kanino ko i-assign to, kaya my division, my office, my organization can accomplish a lot of things at the same time, okay? Kasi effective yung pag-manage mo kasi 'di ba, marami ng bagay sa paligid natin that would attract our attention, that would disturb our focus and attention. We should also be people or persons or learners who are also capable of doing things, maraming bagay at the same time. So parang multitasking, okay, ganun yun. If you master the skills of multitasking, okay, you can overcome the element of time. Yung ganyan, okay? Yung parang sabi na, sa isang oras, isang bagay lang gagawin ko. Kasi ginagawa kong 2 or 3 because you can manage. And maraming tools kasi, okay? You should also know how to utilize tools. Na yung pwede namang gumamit ng tools or application, wag mo nang gawin ng mano-mano, yung mga ganyan.
Tama yung sinabi ni Sir na the habit of knowing how to delegate to people is really important. No? So, hindi ibig sabihin na that particular task is or may task and then you have to do it all alone, parang ganun. So it also applies to students very well, especially na pagdating sa students maraming group projects, and
yes,
dito nakakita akong gaano ka-excellent na leader because you have to know how to delegate and how to manage people. Kasi yun din ang sinabi ni Sir. So thank you, Sir, for that insight. John?
Natamaan din ako actually dun sa pagsabi ni Sir na you have to know how to multitask. Kasi as someone na ang short ng attention span to the point na let's be real, procrastinator ako. So, doing multiple tasks seems like an impossible thing. Pero, dahil sa tips ni Sir, I now have an idea how to deal with my online classes now. Lalo na ngayon in college na alam ko kahit na online setting pa to, marami pa ring requirements ang ibibigay sa amin.
Know your nature, as a person. Are you a type of person na kayang mag-focus sa isang bagay at the same time for a longer time? Like for my case, for example, kasi ako, nababagot ako pag gagawin kong isang bagay isang buong oras. So, kailangan ko mag-transfer from one window to another to ganito. So, learn techniques like ano yan, yung Pomodoro technique na 20 minutes trabaho ka muna, then go, maglibang ka muna, laro ka dyan, and then whatsoever na gusto mo gawin, then trabaho ka ulit. Yung mga ganyan, you should know kung ano yung nature mo as a person, so that when you get on the job or the task that you're doing, you know paano mo atakihin, paano mo gagawin yun within your capability, ability, tsaka interests.
Thank you so much for the information, sir, kasi I think kailangan din yun marinig ng lahat ng ating mga KaStellar, especially ngayon na uso ang group works in an online setting. So, sir, can we continue to the next question if you don't mind? We would like for you to elaborate and dig in deeper onto what were your struggles during your student life and how you overcame them.
Well, I come from a poor family. I acknowledge that. Okay, kaya ako naging government scholar. And I think that the struggle would be very common to the likes of me na talagang government scholar. Siguro ang ano doon, pagdating sa academics, walang problema kasi I can cope that. Okay? Pero nung college ako, on my personal experience, ang mahirap doon, there will really come a time na whatever you get from your parents and whatever you get from your scholarship will not be enough to sustain lahat ng kailangan ninyo. So you must find a way. So because of that, I had no choice but to develop skills like hosting, mga ganyan. Okay, kung saan ako kumikita, I was writing, and lahat ng pwedeng anuhin. I remember when I was in college, I have the last class in MSc is at 5:30, and I have a hosting engagement in somewhere in outside Gensan at 7. So I have to rush. Then the next morning, I have an exam to take at 7 also. So at the back, it's parang, I think it's a debut ba yun, wedding or pageant. So while may nangyayari sa stage, I bring my notes sa likuran, sa my backstage, I have to study, mga ganyan. Tapos, ganoon, okay? And because of that experience, it made me resilient. Okay, it made me feel like I can withstand all challenges. Okay, even if I don't have any money and you drop me somewhere, I know how to survive because I developed the skills I need to survive the world. Okay, whether you will place me in school to become a teacher or someone outside, ganyan, I always think of something of something new as another opportunity to learn and to be better individual. So if I'm given something that is very hard, I think it's another opportunity for me to learn. Sabi nga nila, di ba, kung hindi mo nararamdaman na nahihirapan ka, wala kang tututunan. So, ibig sabihin, if you study something and you think it's very difficult, okay, you are bound to learn something. Okay, you are about to learn something if you survive this. If you know you have a dream, you will study well. Okay? Because when I was in college, I have a dream for myself. I have a dream for my family, for my siblings. I have a dream for my organization. I have a dream for the village that I help, the group of Laan children that we have been teaching for years. I have a dream for them. So if you have a dream for yourself or your community, for the people, there's no reason for you to strive harder to succeed. Okay? If you have the dream to help other people, well, you have the first that you should settle is to develop and make yourself succeed. So ganun siguro yung motivation. If you know where you're going, okay, if you're going something definite, you know what to do. Yun yung motivation eh. And I don't think there is nothing that we cannot learn. Okay, regardless kung anong background natin. Okay, kasi ang sabi ng iba talagang iba kasi you are saying this because ang klase nyo sa ganito, sa language, ganito lang, language teacher sa amin kasi iba kasi sa engineering. Well, I don't mean to compare, okay, because there will really be variations. But what will not vary is our attitude towards learning. Okay? I cannot advise you how to solve problems in math, and do researches in science. But I think what I can advise is you should establish this positive attitude towards what you do. Appreciate it so that every part na nahihirapan ka, it's what it is something that makes you more passionate about. Okay? Diba? Pag nahihirapan ka, it's sacrifice. Okay? Passion. Kaya nga, passion comes from the Latin word passion, which means sacrifice. Parang it means pain. You have to feel. Okay? So if you have to feel pain, you have to make yourself feel na it's really very hard. Okay? Because it's something that you are passionate about. So don't worry. If you feel it's very hard, it's part of your passion because you're heading somewhere that you are very passionate about.
Wow, grabe na message ni Sir, Parang tamang-tama talaga, napaka-applicable personally sa akin yung mga suggestions and advice ni Sir. Now, on to the next question. Ito, medyo biglang liko na siya na type ng question, okay? So, ito Sir, meron po ba kayo inspiration when you were a student?
I think my inspiration is it's the circle of friends that I have. Okay? When we dream, we have to dream together so that we survive the challenges together. Magka-classmate kami. Okay? There has to be session na parang mag-uusap-usap kami tapos we will dream all together, okay? And then project the future together so that we know that we're taking the same roads, the same ways together. Yun yung inspiration eh. Natutuwa ako na nalalaman na we succeed all together and if we check on each other, ganun yun. Parang ang sinasabi ko, in whatever journey that you should be taking, you should always find companions. Okay? Companions in your physical world kasi mag-aaral ka, nandoon ka sa ganito. You have to make friends. Okay? You don't you don't make friends for them to help you. Okay? You make friends so you won't feel alone. Ganun yun eh, kasi it helps. Okay, it helps to have that. And then, well, sa personal level, when I was in college na, I don't think I remember anything very close to the heart na personal engagement, na personal relationship. Okay? I was dead serious about studying first, ganyan. Pero I'm not denying the sexuality I chose. Okay? I'm very bold about that. Okay? I'm very bold about my gender, about sa kung ano yung pagkatao. Okay? I don't have to sugarcoat myself, okay? To meet the expectation of other people. Okay? I have to agree, no, na if they say na ganito ako, ganyan ako. Okay? I remember one question there na would job interview yun. Would my sexuality, okay, affect my being a teacher, ganyan? I tell you, I can answer that very well. Okay? But since you're not my interview panel, I won't answer it here, okay? Pero ang sinasabi ko, I don't hide myself, okay, that much. I'm a person who would openly share openly reveal myself, my character. Because if you're a type of person who will hold yourself from revealing your true self, you will also hold yourself from revealing your true potentials. Mahirapan kang mag-show off, mahirapan kang magpakita kung ano yung skills mo, ma-develop palalo yung sarili mo. Kung in the first place, you have something that you don't show to people, that you make people wonder about you. Ganun yun eh. Kaya if they will ask me ganyan, I have to openly share about this. Pero, well, I'm a normal person na may puso, okay? May damdamin at saka may isipan. And I have to strike the balance when it comes to relationships like that. Okay? I don't have to be very specific about that. But I don't deny that inspirations coming from relationships with people around us. Okay? Intimate or not. Okay? These are, you should know how to devise these relationships so that it will complement to your dream, to what you would like to achieve in life. Because if you encounter someone, if your relationship with a person, does not seem to meet the complements of what you would like to become, if this relationship will hinder you to become the person you'd like to be, okay, you dream of, I don't think it's a relationship that is worth keeping. Okay, it's my disclaimer. That's my personal opinion. I don't force it na ipilit sa inyo na makinig or to subscribe to that, okay, or to submit to that opinion. Pero I think that's it. That's how you choose relationship, no, na you will fight for. Okay, relationship that would complement that the kind of person you'd like yourself to become.
Sabi ni Sir na don't be afraid to show yourself kasi you will hinder your potential if you don't show your true self. Na-apektuhan ako ng grabe. I felt na there's nothing wrong with, being true to yourself and then showing it to everyone else. So thank you so much for that, sir.
It always begins with, accept. It will be very hard for other people to accept you if that first person who denies kung ano ka, isang sarili mo. So you start with yourself. Are you ready to accept your true self? Are you comfortable to the kind of person that you think you are? Then if you are, then it's about time to start working on making people understand and accept you. Okay, then sabi nga nila, you don't have to love or like someone to accept them. Okay, in peace talks na I have, we don't have to like what others are doing in their culture, in their religion, in their family, kung anong sila, so that we can accept them. Because we only have to understand. For understanding precedes acceptance. Ganun yun eh. So hanggang dun lang, but it always begins in ourselves. So we cannot fully we cannot fly higher, no, kung hindi natin kayang kilalanin kung anong uri ng ibon tayo, okay? Kung anong uri ng ibon tayo, ganun yun. Hindi ka lilipad ng mas mataas kung hindi mo alam in the first place kung anong uri ng ibon ka. Ganyan. All the while you thought you are a duck kasi nasa ground ka lang, di ba? Pero later on you realize you are a different kind of bird, okay? So meaning it should be really you knowing kung ano ka and then start working on, okay, making people appreciate what you are. No pressure. Ganun yun. # no pressure.
Sir, muntik na ako naiyak. Kung hindi lang talaga to siya legit na interview na show sa YouTube, baka naiyak na ako eh. Yeah? Like one final message for the youth to help them overcome their struggles in their studies and in choosing their profession and anything about their life in general.
Okay. To the youth listening right now or watching us right now, we would always understand, although I must still count myself as among this group, we always understand that it's during your youth that it's really very hard to set direction, okay, to know where you're heading to, especially if you're given opportunities to become a lot of people na pwedeng maging ikaw ganyan, ang daming opportunity for you. To choose is really very hard, okay? To choose from among the choices is really very hard. Yung mas mahirap ang multiple choice kaysa sa, mas nako-confuse ka sa multiple choice kaysa sa fill in the blanks at saka sa, yung iba pang type of tests. Kasi, when we are made to choose from among the choices and we think all of these are correct, it's very hard to choose for the best choice. I cannot be very specific about how to get you to the person you'd like to be in the future, kung paano maging successful sa buhay. I think that the only question that you should be asking if you decide on something, may it be in relationship, may it be in studies, may it be in the family, career choice, ganyan, or kahit na ano pa man, the only question you have to ask yourself, are you happy about it? Masaya ka ba na yan ang mangyayari sa'yo, yan ang pipiliin mo, okay? Na ito o siya ang prioritize mo, masaya ka ba? Do you feel genuine happiness in doing or achieving that thing? Okay? Because if you can confidently say you're happy about it, then why hold yourself from doing it? Okay? Now, it's to make you to realize that you are really happy about it. It's not actually a selfish point of view na ikaw lang ang tatanungin mo. Because I think if the people around you are happy, it also makes you feel happy. So meaning, something that you should pursue is something, if you're a family-oriented type of person, something that you will pursue, that you will choose, is something that will make your family happy. Because if your family are happy, then you yourself is also happy about it. So, I am not in the position to advise how to really how to graduate with Latin honors, no? How to pursue yung high-paying job, mga ganyan, how to land your dream job. Pero whatever you become in the future, okay, you don't have to compare yourself to other people. Ganun kasi tayo eh. Kaya naman tayo nako-confuse sa mga choices natin kasi na-pressure tayo i-compare sa mga contemporaries natin. I tell you, I've been to that. Uy, ikaw, ano nangyari sa'yo? Yung ganito, siya nga, walang ganyan. Ganito lang yung araw, ngayon, ito na siya. Don't subscribe to that kind of mentality. Okay? You don't say na, bakit siya mas mayaman kaysa sa'yo? Okay? You don't measure success, no, by comparing yourself to others. And I hope you will not also experience that. Okay? At prejudice yan eh. Naisip ko parang prejudice na siya. Kasi why would you compare, okay, a teacher to a businessman, okay, and a businessman to a scientist? Sabihin nila, alam niyo yung mga matatalino nung araw, sila yung mga hindi mayaman ngayon. Yung mga mayayaman sa reunion, sa mga alumni homecoming, yun pa yung hindi matatalino. Eh kasi iba naman yung kanila eh. We don't study to get rich, okay? We don't go to school to get rich. We go to school to learn, okay? Because in the future, if we become the kind of person we would like to become, it's because that is what makes us happy. If gusto niya maging musician, so be it, okay? Don't judge him or her na, ay, musician lang yung gusto mo in life, video editor ka lang, photographer ka lang, vlogger ka lang. No, you should not do that, okay? We don't measure successes with each profession, okay? Each person has his or her own version of success. So we cannot really say na a person is more successful than the other, okay? Because we all have the chance, no, to become the happy person in the level we'd like it to happen, okay, based on what makes us happy. So yun lang, happy lang.
Wow, grabe talaga. This was a very fruitful talk, makatas at puno ng valuable lessons indeed.
And I'm pretty sure na maraming mapupulot ang ating mga KaStellar sa episode natin today.
Thank you talaga, sir. So, sa mga binigay niyong not only advice in life, mapa-relationship, napabigay din si sir ng advice about that. And thank you for having this interview with us once again.
And so that's a wrap. That's it on Sit, guys. This is Shella Francisco.
And this is Neo Seriaga. Once again, this is the Stellar Squad, ang iyong panibagong student squad.
Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our social media accounts on the links below. Bye, guys!
Bye! Thank you for watching!